In a must-win game for the Raptors, they do exactly that with the huge 117-104 victory, the most important win of the season. We're going to break down everything from this sensational display in today's post-game show. Welcome, Raptors fans, to tonight's post-game show. The Raptors, again, with their biggest win of the season. We're going to talk about it in our post-game show for today. If you want to see the best post-game show for the Raptors on YouTube for every single game, then you got to be subscribed to Amateur Hour Clips. We are on a road to 1,000 subscribers. You can help us get there by subscribing, and don't be afraid to check out our main channel on YouTube, Amateur Sports. Join the 8,500 people already subscribed on that one. But let's talk about the game today against the Cavaliers. If the Raptors wanted any hope of finishing in the top 6 of the Eastern Conference, avoid the play-in tournament, avoid having to play against the Nets in the play-in tournament, I think, importantly, they had to win this game. If they did not, they were destined for the play-in tournament. But now, with that win, we equal the Cavs record-wise. We are just behind the Bulls, who are in a really close game against the Pelicans at the time of recording. We have a legitimate shot of moving up into the 6th position and possibly the 5th position. They both have the tiebreaker, which is a shame, but we're going to make our push, and it started with tonight. It had to be tonight. If it wasn't tonight, it was never going to happen. And, well, we came out and we showed we wanted this win. We showed it in front of our own fans. Pascal Siakam was just otherworldly tonight. Otherworldly. He has to be in an all-NBA team. Has to be in an all-NBA team. The all-NBA third team seems like going to come down to Jimmy Butler and Pascal Siakam. Siakam's been better. I think comfortably better this season in more games than Jimmy Butler. But what he did tonight, 12 for 20 from the field with 35 points, but sensational 6 for 7 from 3. 6 assists, 5 rebounds to go with it as well. A very anti-Raptors performance here, and we'll get more into that in just a second. OG, back from injury, hit 4 threes for 14 points. Barnes, not his best night, but did help us out with 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. 2 steals and a block, was all over the court. Birch, no limited role, but did enough for me. Van Vliet, not his best night, but did enough. The bench, this is where it gets really strange for the Raptors. Boucher drops 17 off the bench. Thaddeus Young gets 8 in what was possibly his best performance as a Raptor to date. Achua, 10 points, and inefficiently, but offered us stuff on defense as well. The bench points, just a weird one. Armani Brooks, whose 10-day contract, I believe, is over tomorrow, and he gives us 6 and some great defense with 2 steals and a block. I sincerely hope that this is not Armani Brooks' final game in a Raptors uniform. I hope we sign him for the rest of the season. Big time. Big time. Hope we sign him for the rest of the season. Because he did a lot. I think he gives a lot more than Banton, way more than Svi Mihalik and Yuta Watanabe. He was important. He was important in this game. As we go to the team stats from this one, we go to the field goal percentages. 47% from the Raptors, 47% from the Cavs. Raptors shoot really well from 3, and this is where I'm talking about anti-Raptor performance. It's typical of a Raptors team to have, more field goal attempts because of their offensive rebounding, which is good, the way they force turnovers. But they're usually making up for the fact that they have not great three-point shooting and not great shooting in general and no bench points. Well, today they had all of those things. They had 10 more field goal attempts, 4 more offensive rebounds. They force 4 more turnovers. They shoot better from 3 than Cleveland. And they had the bench points. Like, everything was clicking for the team today. This was an outstanding performance all the way through. I think, maybe some defensive lapses here and there, but this Cavs team is this is a good Cavs team. They're well coached, well drilled. They move the ball well. They defend really well. I was a little bit worried about the way they kind of clogged the paint on defense. And the first 5 minutes of the game, it did kind of show up. Like, we had no space on the inside. OG was hitting his corner threes, but not a lot of space on the inside to operate. So, can we sustain the 3-point shooting that we have for the rest of the game? That was going to be a big difficulty for the Raptors. So I was worried about that. They ended up doing it big time. They knocked down a ton of threes. I mentioned in a YouTube video on the main channel, Like, we gotta hit like 10 or 11 threes in this game if we want a chance of winning. How about 16 on very efficient shooting? Great stuff from the Raptors. But the job is not done. This one is done, but now we got to focus on the next one. The Pacers on Saturday. They're tanking, and they are getting obliterated by the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. We need to take advantage and make sure that we get the job done there. It's useless to beat the Cavs here just to lose to the Pacers on Saturday. That is a game you need to win because you got the Celtics and the Timberwolves after that, two of the hottest teams in the NBA, maybe the two hottest teams in the NBA. Got to win that game against Indiana, one game at a time, but 6th seed is in the view of the Raptors. They are hungry for it. They are coming for it. And I'm looking at chat. The Raptors, as we're live, have signed Armani Brooks to a multi-year deal. Very interesting terms not available at this time, but Armani Brooks is going to remain a Raptor. You could tell he was fighting for his contract today, and I think he deserved it. I think that's a great pickup by the Raptors. So good news all around. We signed a player that I think was important to this win. Just a good player to have off your bench. We win the must-win game, but we cannot rest on our laurels. Big game against Indiana on Saturday. Very excited to take that one in. Thank you so much for joining me for today's post-game show. Again, for the best post-game show on YouTube, you have to be subscribed to Amateur Hour Clips. They come out within 30 minutes of the end of the game. Do not miss out on all of the analysis and coverage from myself. Also, if you want to watch live, come to our Twitch watch parties at twitch.tv/amateurreports, and make sure you subscribe to the main channel, Amateur Hour Sports, for 4 Raptors videos a week. 8,500 people already subscribed. You can be the next one. We'll see you again next time for another post-game show.